breakpoints. And it has an increase in natural gas infrastructure that does not ensure safety, something that was mentioned in the mission of this organization. It is important that you regulate DTE so that their control over the energy system does not overpower the common good. We need to bring about a future that is livable for our children. We cannot operate business as usual, and we cannot rely on DTE to make decisions for our community that are motivated by corporate interests. I request that the Commission reject the IRP and send DTE back to the drawing board.
Thank you, Ms. Coates.
Thank you.
Nancy Skinner.
Hi, good evening. My name is Nancy Skinner. Thank you for being here. I am actually a candidate for the Michigan Public Service Commission for the seat of July 2nd. Mr. Sorry. It's awkward, but thank you for your service and all the service that you provide. I have also been working on climate change solutions for over 25 years. Diane, is it? Diana, we have solutions.
Ms. Skinner?
Okay. Yeah.
Could you address your comments to the Commission,
Yeah,
please?
I was moved by it.
I thank you.
Okay, so here's, I looked at the IRP, and I wrote a white paper that got the endorsement of the Michigan MDP Environmental Caucus, as well as the House Democratic leader, based on my white paper, which I have and I'll submit. And I'd like to send the IRP back to DTE to come back with something that's better for DTE. Right? Wait for it. Better for DTE, better for consumers, better for the big three automakers, better for the environmentalists, which I am, better for consumers, better for labor, and better for the governor to fix the damn roads. Now, here's the plan. In short, I've worked on climate change for 25 years. We, at the state level, have to fix it. It's not being done at the federal level. And transportation is the biggest sector of emissions. So we can affect that drastically. Now, it's very rare that you have a plan that makes everybody happy. But if we can build out the EV infrastructure or electrify the transportation sector, that's the largest emitting sector next to power generation. The autos need it because they want to sell more EV cars. They've all stated that now. So this will help reduce what's called range anxiety. The utilities will get far more revenues, charging revenues, than they will if people are filling up their gas tanks. So workplaces could have tax credits, so you could charge at work. There are now charging stations that are Wi-Fi, and they're for fleets of all kinds. Municipal buses, school buses, Uber, whatnot. That reduces battery size, but those batteries in those big fleets also serve as storage units for energy. So when we have peak loads, which we will as climate change increases, heat waves in the summer and more polar vortexes, that is the future. So those big batteries are bi-directional charging. So when the utilities need to buy back, instead of a 10 p.m. text alert, as we had January 30th of last year, saying shut down your thermostat, they can pre-organize to sell back the energy from those stored batteries. That solves the problem of storage, which many people have talked about. It's not just solar and wind and separate storage. Those batteries are storage. So the labor community, they could go back to work at Hamtramck and Warren, and they could start making these charging stations. These are jobs and advanced batteries. We could be building new plants. This is something that the utilities, because they'll make so much more money and grow, then they can reduce their investment in natural gas. Now, natural gas is an oxymoron. There's nothing natural about the way they frack gas. And this is another myth I want to kind of crush here. I'm a financial analyst. I went to the University of Michigan Business School. Everybody's talking about natural gas as if it's a reliable source of energy. The truth is, there's been a lot of recent reporting by the Wall Street Journal, Forbes, not exactly liberal rags, you can Google this, and oilprice.com's headline is, "The shale boom is going bust." Here's the deal. In 2006, when shale took off, the shale operators, their projections were for those profits to continue into the future forever. But as the Wall Street Journal and others are reporting, those parent wells they first drilled, which were gushers, now they're building child wells next to them. And those wells are now decreasing production significantly, such that the market cap on these shale operators have fallen like to 60, 80%. So the easy credit they got financing from Wall Street, the debt credit that they got, like Enbridge is their debt to equity ratio right now is 90.90%. That's insane. So Enbridge issued in 2018 1 billion shares of stock. That brings them up to 2.2 billion shares outstanding because they couldn't get any more debt credit. So they're running on fumes themselves, Enbridge, as a shale company. So just to think that the gas is going to be there for this lifespan of 40 or 60 years is ridiculous. And there's no better proof that they know they're in trouble than I looked at the insider trading transactions, public information, everyone can read it, and the president, the executive vice president and president, sold at a loss of $550,000 his stock in Enbridge March 15th, and the executive vice president of development investment sold his stock at a loss of $241,000 on March or February 15th of this year. Why did they issue 1 billion shares of stock and then sell out?
Ms. Skinner,
My point is that the idea that the commission can even consider natural gas or shale gas as a reliable long-term resource is a misconception that is now coming to light in markets.
Yes.
Finally, I'll close out on what everyone else said. I have worked with all the top scientists. They have now concluded that it's called Sigma 5, 99.999% certainty. And the UN report talking about what we need to do about that says there is no documented historic precedent for the sweeping change to energy, transportation, and other systems required to reach 1.5 degrees C. The UN Governmental Panel on Climate Change wrote in a report requested as part of that of the 2015 Paris Agreement. So we have now less than 11 years to make drastic transitions to renewable energy. And in Michigan, if we implement this plan to build out the EV infrastructure, everyone wins. It's a winner for everybody, and mostly for the planet. Thank you very much.
thank you, Ms. Skinner. Freeman Hendricks. Mr. Hendricks.